live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in this time. Everybody that's here, greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching on the replay, thank you so much. Don't like the video and subscribe to the channel. Well, again, great night. You know, you got the bounce back win. That's what's important. I know Lakers kind of played with their food, but they dominated this game. They were up 20 the entire time. I don't know about you guys, but I never felt like this game was going to get out of reach. Like, I never felt like they were going to actually come back. You know, Lakers took their foot off the gas. Indiana shot the ball well. Again, this was a game that, like I talked about, you obviously want to build the good habits. You know, Jake Laavia deserves the game ball this game, right? Like he does. But again, this is a game that Lakers did what they were supposed to do. They went in there, you know, explode this game wide open. And then at that point, you're just kind of trying to weather it, right? You know, Indiana didn't lay down, to their credit, right? They didn't lay down and just let the Lakers walk out, you know, easy with the win. You know, I would like the Lakers to, you know, not keep everything close. You know, it would have been like SGA's set like 21 fourth quarters. It would be nice to get a couple like that, right? Where you're up 30 going into the fourth, and it's like, okay, let's sit LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves and kind of rest our starters and let the young guys go out there. And it's like, all you got to do is weather the storm, which it was looking like the Lakers were going to. You know, at one point they ballooned it to, what was it, 26 or something like that. But like I said, Lakers just coasted. The thing that I like is that guys got back in a rhythm. That's the key, right? Because I talked about going into this game. One, got the bounce back win after the Pistons, which also sucks because it's like, you know, you probably are going a 13-game win streak if you don't lose to the Pistons, but I digress, right? If you handled the business that you need to handle tonight, you were able to kind of right the ship, get things back in order. Guys were able to get back in a rhythm. That was the key, right? You know, you look at LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves. They were able to get back to a level of efficiency. Even Luke Kennard. Outside of the game winner, Luke Kennard hasn't been ultra efficient. You know, he's kind of had his struggles. But this game, 2 of 2 from 3, you know, 2 of 4 overall from the floor. Austin Reeves, 3-point shooting, still shaky. But he was much more aggressive, got to his spots a lot more, was able to get to the foul line. It's crazy how aggressive teams are allowed to be with us. These last like handful of games, they've just really let teams just hammer us. Like, genuinely, they've really let teams just be overly aggressive with us. LeBron's got like the worst whistle I've ever seen. I want to do a video on the general, you know, just physicality that teams are allowed to play with recently. And then I need to talk about LeBron's whistle. It's the crazy dude. He's getting pummeled. Like they are, I mean, just hacking the, you know what, out of him. And he can't get a whistle to save his life, right? He's just getting like football tackled. And they're just like, no, clean. It's clean. We're good. But like I said, you did what you were supposed to. Guys got in a rhythm. Defensively, they kind of, you know, like I said, got lax there. Let a hot Indiana team kind of stay in it. But defensively, I mean, look, they generated a bunch of turnovers, got a bunch of steals. You know, like I mentioned, Jake Laavia deserves the game ball. He was fantastic for this Lakers team. Rebounding department, steals department, defense. He was just hustling and working hard. He really set the tone for us early. He had like 2 steals in the first like 2 minutes of this game. Really set the tone early for the Lakers. You know, Bronny. Bronny actually got like not just like end of game minutes. He actually got like role minutes, which was nice. And he was great, right? He looked good, you know, defensively and getting after it and being that point of attack and applying ball pressure. He had a couple steals himself. So again, obviously, look, it's Indiana. Not going to put too much weight into this game either way. Like I said, Lakers did what they were supposed to do. They ballooned the game and then they just kind of weathered. You know, I would prefer the Lakers kind of put teams away and not doing this because it is a bad habit that the Lakers have had, right? You know, Lakers consistently, you know, giving teams 15-point cushions and then fighting back, or having a 15-point lead and letting teams come back into it, right? Like, you know, I think it was, who was it? Was it Austin Reeves earlier in the season? Talked about, like, you know, a lot of times we get lax because we know our offense is good enough to get back in it or, you know, extend the lead. you knew Indiana was going to throw some punches. You knew that they were going to throw some haymakers. But in the end, Lakers did what they were supposed to do, got the win. Like I said, I'm not going to put too much weight into this. We've seen the Lakers really, blow out good teams recently, get start to finish wins against good teams recently. You play a bad team, you're blowing them out. Hey, we're going to win this game. No, like if we just half show up, we're going to win this game. Bringing that intensity for 48 minutes. Again, I'm not a fan of it. I want to see them build good habits, getting into the playoffs. But again, I'm not going to get up here and be like, "Oh my God, what were the Lakers doing?" Right? Like, it's fine. It's not. I'm not a fan of it, but it is fine. Okay. It's fine. But sorry, I got a notification. I thought it said something else. But anyway, let's get into let's get in the box scores, player breakdown, and then we'll jump into all the super chat questions, all the regular chat questions, all that stuff. So throw it in and throw all the comments and stuff in here, and then I will answer them in a moment. So again, breaking down Jake Laavia. Played 28.37 minutes. Jake Laavia is just so impactful. I'll probably do a video about Jake Laavia either later tonight or tomorrow. Again, every time he's a starter, he's really good for the Lakers because he gets the minutes. So, like I've talked about, people look at Jake Laavia's offense, right? And it's shaky. It's inconsistent, without a doubt. But he consistently does everything else. He defends, he rebounds, does the dirty work, makes scrap plays. I've said it. He is literally our best defensive player by like every metric. He usually is fluctuating between Luka and himself for leading the team in steals, but he's doing it in like half the minutes, right? Like he's just, again, he's our best dirty work guy, not named Marcus Smart. But people and fans only look at the box score and they go, "Oh, he's 0 of 3, right?" Like, and ignore everything else. Like, yeah, he's 0 of 3, but he had 6 rebounds and 3 offensive rebounds and 4 steals and a block and, all these other things. But people are like, "No, he's trash." Right? It's like he's a 24-year-old that just turned 24 in November, right? Like he's a 24-year-old that this is his first real opportunity, real role. And he's been one of our most consistent players outside of the offense this season. He's been very consistent everywhere else for a team that is very limited on just the scrappers and whatnot. He's a consistent offensive game away from legitimately being our starter. Like if he can this offseason really work on a consistent 3-ball, he's a guy that could make an argument to be our starter. He's really good at all the other areas. And the difference between these starting games, because I've seen people go like, "Oh, well, why is he so much better starting than he is coming off the bench?" And to some degree, right? Like it's some guys are just better starting than they are coming off the bench, just like some guys are better coming off the bench than starting, so on and so forth, right? But he gets more minutes, so everything gets more magnified, right? He's been playing like 12 minutes. Right. So he's only giving you like 3 rebounds and, 2 and a steal, and a block and, maybe 1 or 2 assists. So it's not as magnified. Right. Where somebody like Marcus Smart, for example, he's getting the minutes consistency role. So it is more magnified because he's getting the minutes to really kind of show up in the games. But, somebody like a Jake Laavia, he's giving you that in the starting unit, just more opportunity. He's getting more opportunities, so he's producing. So now it shows up bigger in the box score, right? If that makes sense. Like I said, I'll do a video breaking it down more because I don't want to spend 20 minutes on that. I want to get into the super chats, all the regular chat questions, all that stuff. But LeBron James, 9 of 17 from the floor. He was basically getting whatever he wanted. The Lakers as a whole were picking them apart, like with their playmaking and all of that. LeBron James went 9 of 17 from the floor, 0 of 1 from 3. But he did go 5 of 5 from the foul line, which is good. He's actually been shooting the free throws really well recently. 9 rebounds, 9 assists, so 1 shy, and both stats from a triple-double. 23 points, 1 steal. Jackson Hayes was really good this night. Gave you a double-double. 9 of 11. He was getting whatever he wanted. Like I said, they were just picking them apart in that pick and roll with Jackson Hayes. So Jackson Hayes, 9 of 11, 3 of 6 from the foul line. But 10 rebounds, including 2 offensive, 1 assist, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 21 points. Austin Reeves was 7 of 16 from the floor. It was much more aggressive this game, which I liked, which I appreciated. 3-point shooting, still struggling. He was 2 of 7 from the free throw or 3-point line. 1 rebound, 8 assists, 2 steals, only 2 turnovers, which is good. LeBron only had 1 turnover, which is good. And then 25 points. Luka Doncic put up another 40 piece on efficiency. 15 of 30 from the field, so 50% from the floor. 4 of 11 from 3-point range, so 36.5%. 9 of 10 from the foul line. 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 5 turnovers. I'm not a fan of. Got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. Like I said, 1, 2, 3, good. Anything after they start getting to the 4, 5, 6, that's where I have a bit of a problem. So got to take care of the basketball better. Like I said, Luke Kennard, much more efficient. 2 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 8 points. Jared Vanderbilt, 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, knocked down the 3 ball. He looked like he hit another one earlier, but they rescinded it. But also grabbed a rebound, a steal, and then gave you 5 points. Max Kleba gave you solid minutes. Bronny James, again, was really good on the defense side, being that point of attack, being that aggressor. 2 of 4 from the floor, 0 of 1 from 3-point range, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 steals, 1 block, and 4 points. And he did that in 13 minutes, which is even more impressive. So, again, not the sexiest game, not the worst game either. I will gladly take it. But anyway, let's get into all the chat questions and all that stuff. Diving right into it. Give me 1 second. Let me get to the top. Oh, real quick, hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. And let's go. Everyone played excellent tonight. Didn't like that they let them back in the end, but great win. Yeah, like I said, I get it. Lakers, again, you did what you need to do. You blown the lead, and you're just trying to maintain. All right. Like, again, I'm not a fan of it. It's not something that I'm like, good job, Lakers, right? Like, again, it's building the good habits, as I've mentioned. But again, I'm not going to put too much into it. There wasn't a point where I was like, Indiana might come back, right? Like, Lakers had control of that game start to finish. I mean, literally, it was a start to finish win. That's all you're looking for, right? I would like a blowout, obviously, but it's all right. Jackson Hayes. Yes, Jackson Hayes had himself quite the game. Like I said, he was just picking them apart in the pick and roll. A picture of AR. The hate is going to be strong from Tyler this video. No, like I said, he was much more aggressive this game, which I liked, which I appreciated. 3-point shooting definitely needs to improve. He's still really struggling from 3, but was much more aggressive. Let's go. Yes, got the W. I love it. Lakers are truly the most entertaining team in the league. Never a blowout. Yeah, they just, they always want to keep things. They always want to make things interesting. They always want to, they always want to make you feel like you're entertained, right? It's the entertainment capital, right? Like, it's all about the movies, baby, right? You gotta keep people engaged. It's Laker games are better than most of the movies coming out. Let's see. New can't guard Luka and Obi Bottoms. And you wanted them as a Laker. I'm good. They certified because they can't guard Luka. Name me a player in the league that can guard Luka. Man, so you basically want guys that aren't even in the league, huh? Name me a player that can guard Luka. You really said that with confidence, huh? Right? Like, oh man, these guys are bums because they can't guard Luka. I mean, I get trolling. I pray to God you're trolling. I pray to God you're not serious. But I mean, like, at least if you troll, don't just like make yourself look uneducated. At least troll in a way to where like it at least makes you look semi-competent. Like, this might be the worst comment. And again, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that you're trolling, because there's no way you left a real genuine comment like this. Again, I will I'll leave it at that. Man, not trying to be negative, but I don't have faith for this team to go far in the playoffs. The inability to maintain big leads shows deficiencies. I mean, look, the Lakers definitely have some deficiencies without a doubt, but again, I'm not going to put too much weight. Like, if the Lakers beat Indiana by 30, are we going to get up here and be like, that's it, hand the Lakers the championship now? Woo! Woo! Beat the Pacers by 30, baby. Let's go. No, like, we're all going to be like, it was the Pacers, right? Like, Lakers had a start to finish win. We've seen them blow out, who was it? Why am I blanking? The Knicks and the Timberwolves back to back. We've seen them have start to finish wins against teams like, Houston and stuff like that. It definitely are bad habits. I don't like Lakers allowing teams to balloon leads. I don't like the Lakers allowing teams to, get back into games. Without a doubt, it is a problem. But like, I don't look at this game in particular and go like, oh man, this is the thing. Again, regular season and playoffs are also very different, right? Game slows down, becomes more half court oriented, which the Lakers thrive in more. The pace isn't as fast, right? Like, some of this stuff I do think will get cleaned up for playoff time. Not just that, but also you're shrinking it down from an 82 game season to, hey, we just need to do this 16 times. So it's easier to kind of digest. Again, I'm not saying like Lakers are going to hoist the Larry O'Brien, like just give it to him now. Definitely have a fight, but I think the Lakers are going to be a lot better. I mean, I was saying this when the Lakers were terrible, right? Like when the Lakers couldn't beat anybody. I was up here going like, hey, don't be shocked that the Lakers are really good come playoff time. I still believe that, right? As good as they've been right now, I think that they will be better come playoffs because the game suits their game and all the areas that they're excellent at, like literally best in the league at, were all things that you want to be for playoffs. But yes, you do need to clean up some of the bad habits. I agree with you in that regard. If Luka doesn't win the MVP, for sure rigged. I mean, I don't know if I'd say it's rigged because, look, he's led the league. I've made the argument. He's led the league all season, right? Even when he was having bad stretch, like he was still putting up just all-time great numbers. But like there are a couple, like SGA's having a really good year. Like it'd be silly to just ignore some of these other guys, but I do think he deserves it. The guy's been killing it. Yes, please go subscribe to my NBA channel if you have not. Got some videos up recently. Have a couple more coming out soon. Need to do a video on the expansion. I'm going to do a video on this channel also about the expansion because it does affect the Lakers. It affects all teams, but I want to kind of do one general and then one on that. So yes, please go subscribe to the NBA channel. Also check out some of those videos. So tired of us blowing leads out of trash teams, but I'll take the W. Jackson and Jake were huge for us defensively tonight. Yeah, and Bronny was really good tonight too. I think he deserves some credit, deserves some love. Again, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it either. Like, I don't want to come up here and be like, yeah, it's a great thing. Like, no, Lakers need to clean some of that stuff up, but I get it. It's about getting out of there, getting healthy, right? One way to get healthy and get out of there is you go up by 40 and then, you look back. But it's also the Lakers, right? Teams don't just lay down and give up for the Lakers. They won't. Teams play full 48 minutes against the Lakers. If this was anybody else, they probably beat that team by 50, right? But because it's the Lakers, they want to give 110%. I've said, these next 2 games now, 3 games if you count today, all these teams are going to want to beat the Lakers. They're all tanking, but the players aren't, right? The players want to win games. They're just not good enough, right? Jake was amazing tonight. Absolutely. We always give up big leads, but never lose the game. We're undefeated in games where we lead by 14 plus. Yeah. Lakers, again, they do enough to get to where they need to go and then just kind of take their foot off the gas. Let's see. Lakers winning a chip if Luka and Reeves become more aggressive in late in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I mean, I trust that they will come playoff time. And like I said, you got to shrink it down to a 16 game sample size compared to, a 82 game sample size, right? Let's see. Bronny got some good deep balls. I liked what I saw. Yeah, definitely. He does. He was very good on the defense side of things. Really just he look, I've said this before. I've said this on several occasions this year. He might be our best on ball, like ball pressure player. Like he's really good at just applying that ball pressure and just being relentless in that regard. He's got that long wingspan, right? Like that's one of the reasons why I was really happy to get Marcus Smart, because I think Marcus Smart's going to be really good for him because they are very comparable, right? Marcus Smart 6'3", he's got that 6'9" wingspan. Bronny is like 6'2", 6'3", but he also has like a 6'9" wingspan, right? He has that insane wingspan as well, but he's also more athletic, right? So I've talked about like he could be like one of the better defensive players in basketball, and that's not an exaggeration, right? He has all the tools to do that at the guard position. He's doing it already without really grasping defensive positioning. And I've talked about this before too. He's a little too over reliant on his athleticism. Once he learns like, hey, I can just move my feet and then use my athleticism to kind of be the difference maker in a matchup, it's going to change things for him. I mean, he's going to be ridiculous. Bronny played very well tonight. I hope to see that next season. Yeah, I imagine Bronny, Adu, Thero, guys like that, I think are going to be much bigger components for the Lakers starting next season, right? Because almost all of your cap space, you're going to have to use in your starting unit, right? So you're going to be leaning very heavily. You're probably going to lose guys like Rui Hachimura, maybe some of these other guys, right? Like, so all your money is going to go to likely your 3, maybe potentially your 4 if LeBron leaves, right? Like you need your bench guys, you need your depth to really kind of hold their own. So this has nothing to do with tonight's game, but we need to do a better job of attacking the rim when we're in the bonus. Something I have noticed a few games. Look, I agree with that. Like it was the Pistons. I think it was the Pistons game. They were in the bonus with like 7 minutes left or something like that. I think it was like the third quarter, second quarter. And like they were just like jagged up threes. And I was like, put your head down and get to the basket. Right? Like he was like, what is happening right now? Right? Like, and again, you put the pressure on a team to get into the bonus, and then you take the pressure off of them by not being aggressive. Now, part of it, I think, is the NBA's like refs are really letting teams just bully the Lakers. Like it's crazy. And Lakers don't even get anything close to that. So it's like, do I really want to go in there and get pummeled and the refs don't call it? Right? Like it's just it's something of concerning. Bronny definitely did happen at the end there. Again, just Lakers taking their foot off the gas. I don't want to put too much weight into it. Lakers did what they needed to do and then kind of, like I said, took their foot off the gas. As it stands, NBA Board of Governors approved expansion or exportation of expansion to Seattle, Las Vegas. This is big news. Yes, I agree. Like I said, I will have a video on the NBA channel, just generally breaking that down. And then I'll have a video on this channel talking Lakers specifics, because that definitely does, especially with Las Vegas. Lakers play a lot of games in Las Vegas, stuff like that, how that impacts stuff. Obviously, with the expansion in general, injects new money into the franchise, which will help grow and build the team and the league as a whole. So definitely some pros for the Lakers as well, beyond just the general pros of the expansion. I'm excited for it, right? I wish I still lived in Vegas, but still waiting for that Bronny times Bron assist to each other. I know, seriously, like I would love to just run like one of these bad teams, right, that we have coming up, just like let Bronny run point and just let LeBron go and do something. You know what I mean? Like throw the lob to his dad. Like I want that connection. Jake looking like Marcus Smart out there at the start of the game. Yeah, again, just having an impact, but he's gotten a start. So he's able to be more aggressive. He's able to be more physical. He's getting more minutes. So you see a bigger impact, but he was definitely very aggressive this game. Tyler, it's stuff like that where we're not a contender, or Marcus Smart is the best defender in the league, and without him, we don't know how to play defense. That's harsh. We need every Luka bucket. I don't know. I get it. Luka was hot if that happens, right? Like, let's say Luka's not hot. I think intensity. Like, if the Lakers don't balloon it to like, what was it, 26 or whatever at one point, I think that this is a very different game. Right? I think not in like the sense of like, oh, they might have lost. I mean, in the sense of like Lakers probably would have kept more intensity. Like if this was like a 7-point game throughout, Lakers probably would have been more intense. I think, Lakers ballooned it to 24, let them come back, get it to 11, then immediately ballooned it to, what was it, 26 or whatever. And then basically just said, all right, we're good. Game's over. And Indiana didn't give up. Indiana kept fighting. Again, not a good habit, but also Marcus Smart. He's not the best defender in the league, but he is one of the best defenders of the league, right? Like, and his impact is immeasurable for this team. Right? His communication, his hustle, his grit, like the veteran in him. He has and sees things that none of these other guys do, right? And that's where the impact comes in. Marcus Smart is the heart and in many ways the defensive identity of this team. Right? He's that. You have all these components. Marcus Smart is the thing that sticks them all together. Right? Like Lakers are the sun. Marcus Smart is the core of that sun. We are not serious. Again, I'm not going to put too much into this. We just came off of the toughest stretch of the season, one of the toughest stretches for any team in the league this year, and won 9 out of 10 games. And some of them were blowouts, some of them were miracle wins, some of them were start to finish wins. I don't really look at this game and go like, oh man, this isn't a serious team. Like I personally don't. Let's see. There's a difference between being physical and just straight fouling. Yeah, exactly. And it's been wild. I mean, they just have been so like letting teams just be so overly aggressive. It's like what are we doing here? Right? Like it's just I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Tyler, I'm proud of the Lakers. Do you notice sometimes they play worse defense versus teams like Indiana and Sacramento than Minnesota and Houston? Like 45 points and the fourth is bad, but we won that. That's all that matters. Yeah, of course, because again, you can't lax against the better teams, right? We've seen it all year with the bad teams. Lakers will boom, balloon a lead, get the lead, and then just kind of just manage the rest of the way. Can't really do that against the good teams, right? So Lakers have to bring better defensive effort, better defensive intensity. They have to do more on the defensive side of the ball than, or against a good team than they do a bad team. So it kind of changes and shifts that dynamic. So again, I wouldn't put too much into it. I'm going to be in New York City on vacation Monday and Tuesday. Is the Wizards game a game that I should watch, or are we going to blow them out? I don't know right now because we barely beaten the Pacers. Again, not really. I don't want to put too much weight into this Pacers game. Pacers literally just beat Orlando, right? Like Pacers have some notable wins. This is the same team that just went to the NBA Finals. They just don't have that glue piece to put them together. They still have all the same shooting. They still have all the same defense. They still have all the same everything. They just don't have the shooting, the glue piece to put it together. The playmaking. Tyrese Halliburton is the guy that, again, just bonds everything together. I mean, if you have the time, sure, watch it. If you're on vacation, you're having a good time, then be on vacation and have a good time. Lakers should blow out the Wizards. I mean, Wizards worst defensive team in basketball. Indiana's at least pretty good defensively, right? Like, or they have good defensive moments, right? But like, I mean, it should be a blowout. But yeah, you never know with this Lakers team. Let's see. I'm not convinced on Jake, and can't be. Sometimes he is a liability on offense and defense. Okay, so outside of the foul that he committed, which LeBron's done that, Anthony Davis done that, Marcus Smart has done it twice this year, right? Outside of that, like what games come to mind where he's a defensive liability. Offensive liability, yes, absolutely. You are 1,000% correct, right? He has some very bad offensive games. But again, he's 24 years old in his first real role, right? Like, again, a young guy, guys get better. Not saying that he will, who knows? He's got to put the work in and all that stuff, which I imagine he will. He's also had some really good games, but again, remember, role players have inconsistencies. That's why they're role players, right? Role players have good games, they have bad games, they have in between games. But the one thing he has been consistent on is the defense and rebounding, right? Like, what game stands out where you're like, he was absolutely cheeks? Like a full game. I'm not talking about a moment, right? Like I said, the foul at the end of the Pistons game, right? Because guys have bad moments. I'm talking about like what game can you point to and be like, man, Jake Laavia was a liability defensively that game. That's what I'd like to know. Anytime you give up 30 to a bottom team, it's really a loss. LOL. But they didn't give up the lead. They still won the game. They were never like in peril. Let's go. Keep up the good content. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope we can split one of the two OKC games. You bare minimum have to split one of those games and beat Phoenix. It feels like Lakers Timberwolves playoffs again, and I like our chances better. Marcus Smart is just the biggest X factor. So I actually have written down right here, literally, I want the Wolves. So eventually I want to do a video sooner or later about the like the playoff matchups. If I had to like predict who we play, it's probably Houston. But I really want the Wolves. I really do. I want our lick back. I want to get our get back. I really do badly, because I actually think the Lakers win that series, and I think they win that in like 6 games. Again, could be wrong. I could look back in hindsight and be like, well, got what I wanted and we got ran through. But I was adamant about not playing them last year. Like, I thought it was the worst matchup in the playoffs for the Lakers. I would have rather played Denver than play Minnesota last year. And I was right. I think I'm going to be right about this. I think Lakers beat Minnesota in 5 or 6. Like, genuinely. Let's see. Water as wet as losing respect by the wind. Yeah, seriously. Dude, this guy, man. Bronny and Jack, solid games. Yes. Let's see. Now give Jake's minutes to Luke and Bronny and run this team up. Luke played like almost as many minutes as Jake. Bronny played like 13 minutes. Like, did you watch the game? Who we got next? The Brooklyn Nets. Tyler, what's it like up in Wisconsin? It's totally different from where you last lived. Was it Vegas or Los Angeles? Totally off topic, not basketball question. I moved from Texas to Colorado. It's different. So it is very different. It's completely different world. So from both. I was born and raised in Los Angeles, moved to Vegas when I was 21, and then lived in Vegas for 12 years, and then moved to Wisconsin. So it's a different world, right? Obviously, weather-wise is a very different world, going from 2 places that doesn't really snow unless you go to like Big Bear or something like that. Vegas like never snows, and if it does, it's like little flurries. It's not like real snow, to like, oh, hey, I got to drive in snow for the first time, and like real snow, not like driving up to Big Bear when, it's not like crazy snowing, right? Like, oh, there's a snowstorm and I got to drive through it, right? Like there's just adjustment stuff. But honestly, I love it. I was really like on the fence about it. I wanted to give it a shot. I didn't really know if I would like it, because again, I'm from California, lived in Vegas, but I was like, I'll give it a fair shake. Let's do it, right? Let's try it. We can always move back if we need to. But I'm not gonna lie, I love it. Like, love it. Like, I don't think I'd ever go anywhere else, or if I did, I'd stay in like a similar place, like Virginia or something like that. Like, I love just the air, the freshness. The people are so friendly. Like, everyone's so nice. Like, it's a different world, man. Like, I love it. The scenery, like everywhere you go, it's just beautiful. You're like 10 minutes from a lake, no matter where you're at. So you got like water and stuff like that. I mean, you go to like Lake Michigan and it's like, it literally looks like a beach, right? Like you got like everything. It's just adjusting to really just the cold and getting familiar with areas and stuff like that. But I genuinely, I love it. I really do. I love it here. Um, let's see. Tyler, Scream 1 is my favorite. What's yours? I'm a big Matthew Lillard fan. He's good in Five Nights at Freddy's. So, I mean, Scream 1 is my favorite Scream movie ever. I've always kind of maintained, kind of put them in order, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Although I probably like 7 more than 6, kind of on the fence with 5. But it is my favorite horror franchise. No, I don't think anything will ever surpass Scream 1, especially in modern standards, like modern movie standards. I don't think that anything will pass it. Let's see. There are players who can guard Luka for a play. Yeah, exactly. Again, there are players that make things difficult, right? Sure. But again, stop Luka. There's not a player in the league that stopped. Wimby couldn't even stop Luka. Jackson Hayes in 5. It does feel like all the things the Lakers are good at now, they struggled with last year, especially on the road. They're really good in on the road struggle last year. Yeah, Lakers surprisingly were not a very good home team this year, but were able to kind of flip that. They are now. It helps when you go on a 5-game homestand. But yeah, they've been really good in a lot of areas. I think SGA wins or Wimby gets it. I think I'm confident Wimby's going to win Defense Player of the Year. I don't see him. I think he'll finish probably third or fourth in MVP voting. I think I think it'll be probably a year or two before Wimby wins an MVP. I think it's SGA or Luka. I think if Luka continues to play the way he's playing the rest of the way, I think he'll get it. It's just, can he maintain that level of consistency? Lakers in 5. I love it. Pretty right said SGA got better stats and record than last year, so hard to argue against him getting the votes unless someone blew him away. I mean, again, there's definitely an argument for SGA, but Luka's doing something we've never seen. Like, it is ridiculous what we are seeing. Thero is a pretty good player. I mean, he's damn good. Yeah, I mean, he's got all the tools to be just fantastic. Fantastic. Not about basketball, but if you ever had In-N-Out, is it good in your opinion? It is the most amazing thing. You know what's funny? I was literally telling my girl, because probably going to go to Vegas soon and go visit one of my best friends. Just had his first kid. And so I was like, you know what I'm really excited for? Going to Vegas and getting In-N-Out, because they don't have In-N-Out here. They have Five Guys out here, but Five Guys isn't In-N-Out. In-N-Out is amazing. Right? If you don't have In-N-Out, I'm sorry. Like, that's one of the things that I'm like, ugh. Right? But at least they have Taco Bell, so I'm good here. But they don't have Dr. Pepper here in Wisconsin for like Taco Bell and stuff, which is just very heartbreaking. But yeah, In-N-Out is amazing. Believe me. LeBronny's legit. He just needs consistent minutes. Agreed. 5-1. Do you think the Wizards have a chance at being competitive next year? Competitive, yes. Are they going to go? Like, are they going to be a contender or anything? No, I don't think so. Competitive, yes. Like, I think if it really is going to come down to the health, right? Can everyone stay healthy? Because that's the problem. Can Trey and Anthony Davis stay healthy? But if they're healthy, they might be one of the funner teams to watch. Like, genuinely. Like, they might be a lot of fun. And they're probably going to get another top pick this year, which is, again, that team has the potential to be a lot of fun. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they're like the 5th seed next year or something like that. Right? Like, I think that they'll go on some stretches where they just look unbelievable. But I don't trust that they're going to actually beat anybody of substance. Let's see. Jake forced a jump ball and 2 steals in the first minute. EFX. Would a Dude Thero and draft capital get us Khalil Ware? And if not, would you also? If not, what would also be realistic? I'm assuming. I mean, probably not. I would love Khalil Ware. I don't know. I don't think Miami would actually trade him though. Like he is, unless it's for like Giannis or something like that. Khalil Ware is he's everything you need. I mean, he's the exact center. His ability to spread the floor, block shots. I mean, that guy, I think he's like in conversations for like a top 3 center in basketball with Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves as his point guards. Like genuinely. Like I think that guy in like 3 years, everyone's going to go, is he the best center in basketball? Outside of like Wemby and Jokic, of course. But I never say never. I mean, again, Luka being on the Lakers, prime example of that. But I think it'd be very unlikely. Unless it's just like some fleece deal. Not gonna lie, this team start me off if we don't blow team out in these last 9 games. Let's see. Luka would average 40 if he was more efficient with the shot selection. I mean, he's been pretty efficient this year. He's had his struggles earlier in the season. Some of his shot selection, is for sure is an issue, but it's also part of what makes him special, being such a difficulty shot creator, difficulty shot maker. But 5 guys is way better than in and out. The blasphemy, Chris. I thought, man, I liked you, and you just ruined it. Thanks, man. No, that is blasphemy. No, In and Out is way better than 5 guys. Right? Look, 5 guys is good. It is not. It is, and I repeat, is not In and Out. How dare you? Okay. If Scream 96 was made today, it would be saying, by the way, Billy and Stu are the killers. And then 5 minutes later, did we tell you who the killers are? 10 minutes later, they tell you get it again. Yeah. Hey, in case you forgot, all right. What's going on? How are you? Typical Laker fan. Appreciate you. Let's see. Weird how the Luka trade made everyone but the Mavs better. Yeah, facts. It really is. Everyone got better. I'm going to move to LA one day. Awesome. Yeah. Personally, and it's one of those things. Like when you live there, you're like, I can't wait to get out of here. When you don't live there, right? Like it's funny when I talk to people or I meet people here in Wisconsin, and they're like, you really moved from Vegas to here or California to here? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, I would never do that. I'd never leave California. I'm like, yeah, you gotta wait till you live there. It's like, it's one of those things, right? Like, everybody that's, if you live in one place your entire life, you can't wait to get out. When you're, move somewhere else, you can't wait to get out. I actually like Vegas. I was comfortable in Vegas. That's part of the reason why I didn't want to move. But, opportunities there. So I'm like, yeah. Let's see. Weird how I already got that one. What's up, Tyler? Where would you put the all-time Lakers 5 against? Like, where would I rank them? Like best versus, are you talking about like individually? Like is Kobe the greatest Laker ever? So on and so forth, or like Lakers best 5 as like an all-time great team? Because that would be the greatest team ever assembled. The conversation is always like, can a team go 82-0? If they're healthy, that's like an all-time Lakers team is one of the few teams that would go 82-0. But if you're talking like ranking, like put all-time Lakers 5, right? Like Kobe, I think is the greatest Laker to ever play the game, right? If you're talking like talent-wise, right? Like, I mean, you're talking like, you got to go Magic, Kobe, and no particular, I'm kind of just going by position, but like Magic, Kobe, LeBron, Kareem, and Shaq are probably the would be the 5. 5 Guys is like $20 more expensive than In-N-Out. Yeah, facts. Like 5 Guys is expensive, man. Like 5 Guys is like going to a fine dining restaurant, like, which is why I'm like, I'd rather go get like a steak for the price of that. I'm a Ravens fan, so it'll be tough. So I will probably wait until Lamar's old. I feel that. Let's see. Who do you think Lakers are going to try to keep going into next season? Who do you think they'll try to go after in the offseason? Definitely think they're going to go after Tari Eason, Peyton Watson. I think they're going to go after Giannis. If they can land him, I think they'll try. Role guys like Keon Ellis, Ayo Dosunmu, I could see them at least having a conversation with. Walker Kessler, I think there'll be rumors about, but I don't think it'll be serious. I just think he's going to cost too much money, and the Lakers don't need that. I think they probably touch base with guys like Andrew Wiggins. There's a lot of guys that I think the Lakers will be after. Kawhi, if he ends up getting bought out. But as far as who they'll keep, I mean, most of this team is going to be here, right? Like Jake, like they'll for sure. I think that they'll Kennard, Marcus Smart, Jackson Hayes, and then Jake Laavia is already under contract. Kobe Buffkin, I wouldn't be shocked if they end up waiving to open up a roster spot, open up space. I wouldn't be shocked if they try to trade Jared Vanderbilt and Dalton Connect. They try to package those two in a deal, like maybe do a salary absorption trade, right? So like, I don't know, trade for Herb Jones and go like, hey, you got to take these 2 guys and then we'll just absorb the rest. But I think most of the guys, Ayton, if he keeps playing the way he's playing, I think they'll keep Ayton. Unless some, really good center, becomes available. It's like, oh, that's a no-brainer. All-time Lakers starting 5 versus any other lineup it's the greatest starting 5 ever. Like, you could take the Lakers starting 5, take Magic, Kobe, LeBron, right, Kareem, and Shaq without duplicating, right? So can't take like Orlando, Shaq, or that without duplicating, right? Just take those 5 Lakers. I think I wholeheartedly, with all my chest, say you could take any 5 players throughout the history of the game and they wouldn't beat the Lakers in a 7-game series, right? Like, again, take whoever you want. I mean, because you got to think you'd have like Jordan, Larry Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan, right? Like, you'd have a great nobody stopping Shaq. Hakeem gave him trouble, but like, I mean, you could take KD, right? All of it, right? Like, again, Lakers, I think, run through everybody, right? Especially if you get like 2020 LeBron, where he still was like at his peak, right? Like, I don't think anybody beats them. Let's see what else. That's what Lakers best 5. Got it. Yeah. So yeah, it'd be Magic. Lakers best 5 would be Magic, Kobe, LeBron, Kareem, and Shaq. Can you rank your top 5 greatest Lakers of all time and just when they played for the Lakers? Yeah, I mean, Kobe's the greatest Laker to ever play the game. Then I'd put Magic up there, Kareem up there, Shaq up there. If we talk about all-time Lakers, right? Like, to me, all-time Laker is not the same thing as all-time player. I have LeBron lower on the totem pole. Like, I think you could even put guys, again, if we're not talking about talent-wise, if we're just talking about greatest Lakers, right? If you're talking about, like, what's the best, like, Nathan said, what's the 5 best Lakers? Then, yeah, LeBron's in that conversation, right? 5 best Lakers, LeBron's in that conversation. But, like, if you're talking about like great, like just who are the greatest Lakers that had the most impact, I would put guys like Powell over him. I'd put guys like Worthy over him. I'd put Derek Fisher over him, just because, again, those were guys that had more success, were huge components, were big, pieces all time, right? Like, LeBron's been great. Don't get me wrong. I love LeBron. I've said, I believe he's the greatest player to ever play the game. I'm not somebody that wants LeBron gone, but if that's a completely different conversation, right? Greatest Lakers all time. I'd put Lamar there. LeBron just hasn't had the success, right? Like that, that goes with most of these Laker guys. He won a championship, and that's great. But again, are you putting him over Shaq and all these other guys? No. LeBron's probably 15th on that list, right? Of greatest Lakers ever, which is a testament to how good of Lakers players there have been. Tyler, what's your analysis of Jalen Johnson from the Hawks? He's the future star low-key. I believe Hawks could upset a team in the playoffs. They have good depth. Wanting to kill Alexander Walker. I wouldn't be shocked. They need they're another team that I think really needs a 3-and-D initiating guard, right? A lot of talks about them getting Peterson or something like that in the draft. If they can do that, I think they'll be really good in a couple years. Jalen Johnson, the way he's developing, he could be a top 15, 20 player in basketball. Will he move into that top 10 status? I don't know. I think he has the potential. The guy's putting up triple doubles every other night. Giannis is toxic. He will be another Westbrook. I don't know about toxic. I don't know if that's the right word. But yeah, there's definitely pros and cons with it. Donovan Clegan would be perfect. Donovan Clegan is good defensively, especially. We need a center, so we could have two centers who could be a starter, like how the Mavs had when they made the finals. Yeah, they basically kind of rotated centers, but yeah, I've said Mitchell Robinson and Robert Williams. The Bulls had some good players. Yeah, some really good role players. Really good role players. Problem is if we're taking where they were at their careers, right? Dwayne Wade was not Dwayne Wade, right? Dwayne Wade was basically a shell of himself. Butler also wasn't the peak Butler. He wasn't Miami Butler. If we're talking about all time, take every all time guy, Chicago would be interesting. Chicago could be fun. Because yeah, you'd have Derrick Rose, Jordan, Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman. You'd have Steve Kerr for shooting and stuff like that. Stephen A. Smith, not a fan of said ball. If you put LeBron on the Bulls team, they don't win like they did with Jordan. What's your analysis of that? Also, who would win a series? 95-96 Bulls, 16-17 Warriors. So I disagree. If you put Jordan on the Cavs team, the way it was 2007 Cavs team that went to the NBA Finals, I don't think Jordan and that Cavs team even sniffs a playoff win. Right? They don't. Right? LeBron James on that Bulls team probably wins as many, if not more. And I know there's going to be people absolutely not on stuff. Right? LeBron's too soft. You also got to keep in mind, LeBron's also 6'9", 250, ultra physical, right? He already gets no whistle, and he still go get you 25-99. If you're talking prime peak LeBron, LeBron, 2013 LeBron might be the greatest player we've ever seen by a large margin, right? 2012, 2013, maybe 2014 LeBron is ridiculous, right? LeBron probably averages a triple double that year with that team. He has all the defensive pieces and things like that. There's not a player in the league because the only guy that could match up with him would be Scottie Pippen, and he'd be on his team, right? Who else is bothering LeBron at that in that era, right? And then as far as the 96 Bulls, 17 Warriors, it's the Warriors, right? Unless you get 95 rules where they can just basically bully them, right? Basically just every time they shoot the basketball, just basically hip check them and stuff. I think that'd be a lot of the rules, but assuming even playing field, right? I just think it's too much firepower. You wouldn't be able to stop all those guys. I know people have been oh, well, you put Jordan, Bulls still have to score enough, right? I really want to see DK go to a team and shine. Really think he has some potential. Sexy won't be with the Lakers 1,000%. I say that all the time. I've talked about this probably 1,000 times. I wouldn't be shocked if he goes to another team and ends up being great. The thing with living in LA is the Lakers play like 45 home games a season, and the Ravens only play 8 or 9. So I can just fly to Baltimore to go to a Ravens game. Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. 76ers should have given us McCain for Dolly. I wish, but they wanted the assets. It's funny. I don't even have Kobe in my top 10. Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Bill Russell, Tim Duncan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Shaq, Hakeem Olajuwon, 10 Curry. I'm open to LeBron though. Yeah, I mean, one though. I just, again, like my biggest argument for LeBron James, right? If you're talking about basketball player, right? Obviously Jordan could do everything. But if you were to start a team with one guy, there's nobody in the league better than LeBron. He can literally play all 5 positions, be your point guard, be your shooting. You can mix and match any combinations. You could play LeBron with Kobe. You could play LeBron with Jordan. You can't play Jordan and Kobe together. You can't play. Like Jordan was a very specific type of player. LeBron is, and he's showing it even now. I mean, he can play the 1 through 3 option for you. Like the guy can basically do whatever you want. If you're talking about basketball player, I know people go like, oh, like, you know, oh, but the MVPs and all that stuff, right? How many championships? Well, championships aren't an individual. It's a team accolade, right? Like, and the thing that I think is always funny, and I don't want to get too much in the Jordan LeBron debate. Maybe one day we'll do a stream about it. But like, the thing that I always think is funny is everyone's always like, Jordan has the greatest team ever to play the game, right? But then like when they have the argument, they're like, but Jordan won 6 championships with a bunch of bums. So it's like, what is it? Right? Like, so either Michael Jordan had the greatest team to ever play the game, or he carried a bunch of bums. We've literally seen LeBron carry a bunch of bums. Like, you know, again, if you're talking about like the greatest player, strip away all the nonsense, right? Strip away all the whatever, right? Like you see now how biased some of these awards are now. That wasn't the case with Jordan, right? Like they'd give you 10 straight MVPs. They won't do that now, right? You hear about voter fatigue and all this other stuff. Like that was never talked about back then, right? Like if you're talking about like you need to start a franchise, LeBron James is the greatest player to ever play the game because you can literally put him anywhere with anybody on any team, in any situation, in any environment. Right? Like that's the difference. He's the greatest. If you're talking about basketball player, he's the greatest basketball player to ever play the game. You said Lamar. Who the hell is Lamar? I'm talking about Lamar. See. They should have a phone line up like Dan, the Laker fan, so you can talk with us. Problem is I can't screen people, right? Because it's just me and myself, and that's why like people like Laker Nation and stuff stop doing that. There's too much risk. You know, like again, I'm not saying like because I get asked this all the time, right? And you know, I know a lot of people want to, and I'm not saying that you would, but like YouTube's very strict about a lot of things like you say and stuff like that. And I have really good AdSense and I have really good like view duration, all that stuff. Like YouTube really like my analytics are really good. That stops if somebody comes on and it just takes one thing, even if whether it's intentional or not, right? Like that's why you usually see like channels will bring on other YouTubers. They don't bring on like, you know, random fans because they don't know all the details. They don't know the do's and don'ts. You come on here and you start throwing the F word around, right? And now I got to police you. Now I got to be like, hey man, dude, you can't say that, right? Like, you know, like, cause it's just, again, YouTube's so strict. All of a sudden my AdSense drops, right? Because now I'm not family friendly, right? Like now I'm looked at as like, you know, a little more adult, right? Like there's just so many factors that go into it. It's why most channels don't do it. It's why in channels that did do it, don't do it anymore. Cause it's a lot of work. There's too much risk and I have to screen calls and stuff like that. And then you get people like, I don't know who's going to troll and who's not. You know, you get somebody that comes on and starts, you know, saying a bunch of stuff and doing a bunch of things. And it's just, there's a lot of risk with it. And again, I do this for a living, so I can't take the risk. There's a lot of YouTubers that have jobs and stuff like that. So it's like if they get demonetized, it's not the end of the world for them. For me, it's everything. It's how I feed my family. It's how I do everything, right? So it's just there's too much risk to it. I didn't mean Wade. I meant Grant. Oh, Grant. Yeah. But I mean Wade. If you're talking about like all time, like prime, right? Then yeah. Do you think Lakers are saving Bronny for the playoffs? Probably not. I think Bronny will be in the rotation next year. What about Jordan on the 2018 Cavs? If maybe it would be a very different. The problem is it'd be a very different. Like Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving healthy are really good. Problem is the reason I say no, and it's probably like a definitive no, is unless Jordan adapts to playing like he did. What was it in like? Was it 87 or whatever? I think it was 87, where he nearly averaged like a triple double, right? He basically would have to do that. He'd have to be LeBron-esque. The reason LeBron worked with Kyrie and Kevin Love is because he, yes, could go get you 40, but he also would go get you 10 assists. Stuff. If Jordan's taking 40 shots a game, right, then that neutralizes Kyrie, which is his best asset, right? Like, again, LeBron or Jordan would have, if Jordan was willing to kind of be more point guard, then yes, I think that he could. Can you imagine if Shaq learned to score free throws? He would average the most points in the league just off free throw. Yeah, facts. He'd probably be the all-time scoring leader right now. Prime Shaq would have made GOAT debates pointless if he took the game in his health serious. 1,000%. Kobe's even said that, right? Like people have asked him, like, what would Shaq be if he was as dedicated as you were? And he's like, he would be by far the greatest player to ever play the game. Do you think LeBron could play until he's 50? He wanted to? Yeah. I don't know if he'd still be this good going in like that late, but yeah, I mean, like, could he be, like a starter? Like, yeah, sure. Who's the NBA GOAT in your heart and the NBA GOAT in your opinion? In both, it's LeBron. Shaq and Kobe was a problem in the locker room. Imagine my Kobe and Jordan. Yeah, facts. They'd be getting in fisticuffs and all kinds of stuff. I would take AI, White Chocolate, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, and Shaq for my all-time entertainment. I mean, he definitely have some spectacles. You might have some brawls too. No one could do more with less than LeBron. Curry isn't better than Kyrie. Was hurt, and Kevin in 2015 finals. And LeBron took 6 games. Iguodala didn't stop him like people say he do. Check the numbers. Yeah, I mean, the guy was putting up like a 40-point triple-double. People are like, oh, he's trash. Again, if you're talking about just greatest player to ever play the game, like LeBron, you can put in any situation, in any era, on any team, and you're immediately going to be better. Nico is the NBA GOAT in my heart. I feel that. Yeah. If Bronny could turn into Gary Payton Jr. with a league average 3-point shot, I'd be very happy, and he'd more likely have a long career in the NBA. 1,000%. Like, so I've said, like, if he could be like what I usually compare him to is like, if he could just be what we wanted, obviously it didn't work out that way, but if he could be what we wanted Gabe Vincent to be, that initiator, point of attack defender, and catch and shoot 3 guard, but with more athleticism, he could be a Laker forever, right? He could be like a guy that impacts winning championships. Let's see. I am very pleased with the squad this entire month. They raised the defense up and everyone bought in. Great road one, 5-1. Let's keep it up. Yes, 1,000%. This was a great win. Great stretch for the Lakers. Got to keep it going, right? Could you see Denver trading Cam Johnson to Detroit because they have around $25 million in cap space to retain Watson? It's possible. Yeah, sure, of course. There's a couple teams, but you also got to keep in mind, Detroit also is going to have to give it extensions to, they'd want an asset, right? Like, there are a couple teams that might take Cam Johnson, but what are they willing to give up? And even then, even if they like fully salary dump Cam Johnson, they can still only offer Peyton Watson around like 24, maybe 25 million, and that would be pushing it. They need to get off of Peyton Watson and like renounce Valanciunas and a couple other guys, right? Like there's a lot that they need to do. I'll break that down more in the offseason or once we get into the offseason, because it's not as straightforward as like just dumping Cam Johnson as gets advertised. Who do you think is going to win the championship? OKC definitely has a conversation. I still think playoff Denver is something. Out of respect, I think you got to give it to the Thunder because they've been the best team in the league all season. They, in many ways, have been better this year than they were last year. And until someone proves that they can beat them, I think you have to at least give them that courtesy. As far as the East goes, if Jason Tatum can kind of get a little better, he's not looking like Jason Tatum, but if he can kind of get a little better, I wouldn't be shocked if Boston comes out of the East, as much as it pains me to say. Can we add Tari Eason and Peyton Watson and keep LeBron on a 1-year deal for like $20 million? So technically it depends on how much cap space we ultimately have, and then how much Tari Eason and Peyton Watson cost, right? It's really tough. So most likely no. And because the problem is if you were to sign and trade for one of them, you'd be hard capped at the first apron, which makes things really difficult. If LeBron was willing to take the player exception, the room exception, then you could theoretically get both or get all three. I personally would want Jordan over LeBron, but I don't get mad at anyone who chooses LeBron. I have always been more impressed with what I saw from Jordan than what I've seen from LeBron. But the thing is about Jordan, like Jordan was the bigger highlight, right? He was because again, he just had to focus on the scoring and stuff like that, right? So the impression of him is much more impactful, right? Like people aren't usually like seeing ESPN highlights on, a crazy LeBron pass or here's LeBron's 10 best passes from the game because he had 25 assists, right? But you'll get like Jordan's 10 best buckets and stuff like that. I haven't watched as much as LeBron. That's fair. That 2020-2021 Lakers versus 2021-2022 Warriors team, who wins? That 2020 healthy, that Lakers team. Are you going to post a video after the live stream tonight? Probably, most likely. It's early enough. I'll probably have in like an hour or two. Got to let the stream upload and then let it marinate for like an hour or so. Do you really think Kawhi would pick us? I do. If it's in the off season, maybe not. If he ends up getting bought out in April, like where is he going to go? Right? Because it also depends on what the restrictions are. But he'd only get a vet minimum regardless, right? Why would you pack up and move? Go to the Lakers for the rest of the season and then go and then figure it out after, right? Like then you don't even have to move for at least a few more months. I forget the Thunder, Lakers in 5. I'm not even being biased. I really think this is our year. I love it. I missed the 2020-2021 team. They were still number one in defense without LeBron and AD. They started the season early. Lakers were 21-7. Then Anthony Davis got hurt. Starting 5 we had at the end elite. Yeah. So the year after we won the championship, that team was actually better. It's just we fell apart. LeBron got hurt. Anthony Davis, we probably beat Phoenix and go to the NBA Finals if Anthony Davis doesn't get hurt, right? But by that point, you had LeBron on one leg. Andre Drummond got hurt. He ended up getting turf toe. You had Dennis Schroeder got COVID and was never the same. Like he had respiratory issues all season. His production just tanked after that, right? How much is a player exception? And the thing you said after the player exception, I couldn't hear what you said after that. So it's the player exception, the room exception that they'd have. It's this year, I think it's $9.6 million. we'll have the for sure number once we actually get the cap space because it's like percentage of that, but it's in between 9 and 10 million. And I just repeated it, but I added the right word in front of it because there's multiple exceptions. Lakers don't have all the exceptions; they only have the room. Would you keep Kennard on 4 years, 52 million, where he makes 18, 12, 15, or 8, 12, 15? So I've talked about that very thing. I did a video about kind of poison pill. Is the poison pill video? I uploaded that one, right? Yeah, pretty sure I did the poison pill video. Let me double check. Did I? Yeah. So I did a video about like poison pill contracts, like Lakers kind of utilizing it. Lakers poison pill contracts, the way, where basically you sign everybody and then their last year they balloon, but they'd all be expiring contracts. So you'd free up a bunch of cap space and you'd have all those salaries to trade. So that might actually be the best thing to do. These games are so much better for me to watch Laker games. These early games, yeah, likewise. These early games are great. I'd rather have Kawhi than Giannis. Hot take. I feel Greek Freak gets hurt more lately than Kawhi. Luka's deadly. Kawhi. I'd rather have Kawhi than Giannis too. Primarily because Kawhi is more efficient, and he doesn't need as many shots. So Luka can still do Luka things, and then Kawhi can still be Kawhi. Like Kawhi can still get you 30, and Kawhi's still the best get a stop, get a bucket player in basketball. I love these 4 games because it was 8 p.m. and the last 3 at 7 p.m. start for me. Yeah, those are always the best. How do we get the exception? I'm a casual with the salary cap. I only know just the regular salary cap. So it's based on, you get, so like every 2 years you get a biannual exception. They're just exceptions that hit based on your cap space. So like Lakers, because of where they are as far as like the available cap space, you get a certain extent, a certain exception, right? To kind of get added money. You get rewarded for, being under the aprons and stuff like that, where an apron team only gets other exceptions. So it's not something that like, you can like acquire. It's just something that if you meet certain criteria, you can have, right? You get certain room exceptions and you get the full player exception, right? Which is like 12.5 million. So like the last few seasons, like Gabe Vincent's contract came from the player exception, like the full exception. We used the full exception last year and we broke it down between Marcus Smart, DeAndre and stuff like that. So this year we'd get the room exception and we don't get the buy-in. Lakers would get the buy-in exception the following year. So if we kept AR and LeBron, do you think if we added Kawhi, all 4 would start? Yeah, I think you have to. The question is, can you just build the chemistry? Let's see. And then should we re-sign and trade LeBron? I think it just depends. I think it depends on how this season goes. Like I've said, I don't mind keeping LeBron if things kind of continue the way that they are. Oh shoot, my computer's gonna die. So I am not for the room exception, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to double check on that, but I'm not mistaken for the exception that Lakers would get. I don't believe you're hard capped on that. You're hard capped on a sign and trade. You're hard capped on sending out money, but I don't think you're hard capped on that. But anyway, I'm gonna skate on out of here because 1, I've been going over, but 2, my computer's about to die. It's at 3%.